Hi y'all, it's Melanie again, or if you're new, my name is Melanie and I'm Southern Belle Mel. Today we are continuing the LA Girl deep dive review where I'm reviewing the eyeshadows and the eye primer. So I have two little Eyelux palettes and then I have an LA Girl eyeshadow collection, and this is Ultra. So we're just talking about these 4 products today. So, definitely go ahead and continue to watch, and yeah, let's get into this. Okay, so we're starting off. I had my face makeup already done. I just finished priming my eyes. So the first product we're going to talk about is the Pro Primer, the HD eyeshadow primer. I don't think they have other colors in this, but this one does say white, so maybe there are, but this one is white. It's kind of like, I mean, it is very like crayon-y almost. And you have to use your finger or a brush. You cannot use a beauty blender. I do want to go ahead and just put that out there. You can't use a beauty blender for this. You can only use a brush or a your fingers. To be fair, I think I call almost all beauty sponges beauty blenders. I don't even use a beauty blender. I use the AOA Wonder Sponge, the Paw one. So I'm just gonna try to work on that. Alrighty, so we're gonna go ahead and start with the eyeshadow. I was really wanting to use this Ultra palette. I thought it was cool because it had like a bunch of purples and stuff, but all of these shades are shimmer. Every single one. And online I could have swore that these back through here were not shimmer, but they definitely are. They definitely are shimmer. So right off the bat, after I'm done with this, unless there's like a color in here I absolutely just love, I'm most likely not going to be keeping this. Let's go ahead and swatch it though. Okay, so here are the swatches. They did swatch really well. I will let you know, this was my second time swatching them. So the first time I swatched them, I did it with dry fingers, dry arm, and you couldn't really see them. This time I did have a wet finger, and this one up here I did double swatch, which you still can't even see this one. So like you can't see the lightest shade, because this is how I did it from light to dark on my arm. So yeah, you can't really even see some of them. You start seeing them on the second one and down, but then like through here, these are even like, you can't even see them at full opacity. With that being said, I do want to show you some of them dry swatched on my hand real quick. So I'm going to go into the second shade. I'm going to go into the 6th shade, and then I'm going to go into a few of the darker shades. So swatches, so there's that one, that one, that one, and that one. This one's a bad swatch because my pinky, it always, every single time I swatch, it always does that. So I tend to not swatch like these. I didn't use my pinky. But yeah, so there are the colors dry swatched. And so they look very pretty. But for a full-on palette like this, I would expect some matte shades. And I'm very, 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 very big on having a lot of matte shade options. I like to really go into my crease and go crazy. Okay, so I am going to have to bring at least a shade or two from the other LA Girl palettes. I've used both of these on their own. This one is all mattes though, so I may just stick with this one because this one is like, it has shimmers and then like satin, so you can kind of use them as matte, like this one down here. It's actually kind of satin, but it's not very noticeable, and so is this one. But we're going to go ahead and use the Eyelux Mesmerizing in Urbanize. And so you have like cool tone and warm tones in here. So I'm going to go into the cool tone to match the eyeshadow palette. Right off the back, I am feeling some stick from that primer. So it'll definitely get you a really good color payoff because it is white and it does have a little bit of stick. But it just means that you have to blend differently. I mean, that's not necessarily a bad thing though if pigment is what you're really wanting. So starting off pretty good. Now I'm just going into a smaller little brush and we're going to go into the darker shade down here because we did this shade. Now we're going to this one. Okay. There we go. We got a dark outer corner going on there. So we're going to go for this one, start with this one and then go to this one. Okay, so that's pretty. Don't think I'm really liking that. Let me see if I can go ahead and just tap it on my finger. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do the other eye off camera. Okay, so now that we have the eyelids both done, I am going into, again, this shade right here. And we're going to take that on the bottom lash line. And I also want to bring down the like inner corner blue shade to the bottom lash line as well. Just to add a little bit of brightness because the look is really dark. Okay. So now I'm gonna go ahead and use one of these other shades as an inner corner highlight. I think I'm going to go into the lightest shade just because I think it has like a shift, but I am going to take a little flat brush and spray it and then go into it and see if that helps with the pigmentation. There we go. That adds like a lot more brightness to the look right there. And then I'm just going to take what's ever left on the brush and kind of do that. Okay. So now I'm just going to add some eyeliner, mascara, and lashes. And I'll be right back. Okay, so here's the finished look. I really actually ended up liking it a lot. Here, let me zoom in a little bit. Okay. Don't mind the lashes. I think I got them on backwards and messed this one up, so just don't mind that. But I ended up taking some of the Luminous Glow powder and putting it on the inner corner. So that's why it's like so much brighter. And then that really complemented that blue so much. And then I ended up putting it all over the face as well to complement the bright lilac purple blue. And then going into the dark. And then of course I threw on some wing liner. I put some white on the bottom, but I had put some black on the top, so it's like they're mixing together, making gray. But I mean, that's okay. I wanted it to be a little lighter. So I really actually ended up liking it. I'm surprised. For this palette, this is, I believe, $10 or maybe even more dollars. It's at least $10 for this one, and this is all shimmers, and I don't like that at all. I didn't know that when I bought it. The colors can be pretty, so if you really like purples and you want some shimmer purples, this is, you know, great. That's exactly what it is, and they do show up, and they are pretty. For the eyeshadows, I do want to just go ahead and let you know, the first video I made on the LA Girl, I was wearing the Hypnotize, and then the second video I was wearing Urbanize. Urbanize is all matte. They have cool and warm, and then like a bone shade, and then this one is all like shimmery slash satin. This one's a good brow bone highlight. I use this and this in the corner, and then I use this all over the lid. So it ended up being very pretty. I really do like these for the cost. They almost remind me of the Wet n Wild ones that are about the same size with about the same amount of colors. I may do a video where I'm like comparing these to those, but it'll only be like a quick video. But I may do that because I do like these. They are super compact. I even like the packaging a lot. I like that it's like that. It reminds me of like an old flip phone, you know, hey. So these, yes, I like these. This one is all shimmers, but if it's a particular color you're looking for, go ahead. But I mean, I personally am not going to reach for this. I'm actually going to probably give it to one of my nieces once I'm done with this series. Yeah, so that's really it. So, oh yeah, the primer. The primer worked really well so far. Hi, so it's the end of the night. So I finished my makeup before 9 a.m. this morning, and it's 8:23 p.m. right now. I did use some blotting paper around my T-zone. Y'all know I get really oily. So just make the face look better, because today it was all about the eyes. I would have to say I think there is no creasing, so that's good. But the color for the actual shade, which this isn't the primer's fault, I don't think anyways, is like, it went away. So here, let me go ahead and I'm going to use a little brush that came with this. And I'm going to take a little bit of the color we use in the inner corner. That looks 10 times better than this. It's just so muted and gone. Like, it's gone. Okay, I know I look weird right now. I took my lashes off. Well, you can tell this eyeshadow over here. So when I take the brush and freshly apply it compared to this, so that color did not stay well at all. I would not recommend this for just being like a purpley shimmery palette. I wouldn't recommend this at all. Again, I really like these though. I really don't like this. No, not when I know that for a fact that you can get eyeshadow palettes that have those purple shades that are gorgeous on the Hush app for the Bad Habit one. Revolution Beauty has a like violet chocolate palette or something that has purple shades, and that's only like $15. So I know that you can get some good palettes. Well, I don't even know if those two are good. I've never tried them, but I've heard great things about them, and I know for a fact they have matte shades. So no. So thank you so much for watching, and if you like my channel, if you like me so far, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below and leave me a comment. You can ask me a question about myself if you want to know anything, or if you want me to do a specific video on a specific brand or specific product. Just let me know. I definitely want to give you content you want, and I think that's the way to do so. Well, bye y'all.